Thomson Cruises has cancelled its whale and dolphin watching tours in St. Vincent and the Grenadines after 2 orcas were killed in front of some of its passengers last week. Shocking photographs given exclusively to Mail Line Travel show what happened after the large mammals were harpooned to death and hauled ashore. The graphic images show fishermen butchering them, drying the flesh out before being sold for consumption, and boiling the blubber down to extract to oil. Adam Gravel, who took the shots last Friday near the town of Brawley, says whale fishing is a big problem on the South Caribbean island, with the meat being a popular delicacy with around 2/3 of the population. Currently, whaling is still legal in the area, despite many campaigning to enforce a ban. One particularly distressing photo taken by Mr. Gravel shows a man cutting into an orca's head. He uses a machete to strip away chunks of flesh, leaving the mammal's teeth and eyes as remains. Mr. Gravel, who runs a non-profit wildlife organization called Salvage Blue, said he took the photos a day after the orcas were harpooned. The fisherman apparently killed 2 killer whales out at sea before hauling them ashore to butcher. Ken Isaacs, who was a crew member on one of 2 whale-watching boats, told Eyewitness News that many of the passengers from the Tui Discovery were deeply disturbed by what they saw. The captains of the boats attempted to steer away from the scene, knowing that it would be upsetting, but many heard loud explosions as harpoons were fired into the killer whales. The fishermen then apparently attached buoys to the marine animals to prevent them from sinking. Mr. Isaac said that the killing moved many whale watchers to tears. One whale can be enough to feed the whole town, and they are worth several thousands of dollars depending on their size. Apparently much of the meat is sold to locals for consumption, and some of it is exported to neighboring islands. The most common way to prepare it is to cut it into thin strips, salt and dry it in the sun until it's completely dehydrated. The meat is then bagged and sold to the consumer to rehydrate in a super stew. The other method is to fry cubes of fat in oil until they are crispy and eat with ketchup and hot sauce. The locals apparently call these crisps. Whale oil is also used in oil lamps and to make soap and margarine. Mr. Gravel hopes his photographs will highlight the issue of whale hunting in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He adds, "The government knows about this issue. However, St. Vincent and the Grenadines is a recipient of Japanese aid, and in exchange our government votes with Japan at the International Whaling Commission, always in favor of resuming commercial whaling. So it's not in their interest to inform and educate people." Another important issue is the damage we are doing to our reputation and our tourism sector because of incidents like these. But the biggest problem is simply that we are killing incredibly smart, sentient creatures that deserve to live. A Thomson Cruises statement read, "We're very sorry to confirm that some of our customers on a whale and dolphin watching excursion in St. Vincent and the Grenadines witnessed a sad incident where 2 orcas were targeted by a local fishing boat. While this distressing event was beyond our control, our excursion agents in the Grenadines are fully cooperating with the ongoing investigation currently taking place with the head of the National Trust and the Minister of the Environment. This was our last planned stop at St. Vincent and the Grenadines this season, and as a result of what happened, and as we take an active approach to animal welfare, we are reviewing our excursions with the relevant authorities. St. Vincent and the Grenadines is one of the last few countries in the 21st century still hunting whales and dolphins. Whalers from a Grenadine island called Bequia have been granted a quota of 4 humpback whales per year by the International Whaling Commission, IWC, under the guise of Aboriginal subsistence. And fishermen from a small town on the central, leeward coast of St. Vincent named Brawley routinely and indiscriminately hunt hundreds of dolphins using speedboats with mounted harpoon cannons donated by the Japanese Fisheries Agency. Whaling was introduced to St. Vincent and the Grenadines in 1875 by a Scottish settler named William Wallace after he learned the practice working on an American whaling ship. He and his business partner, Joseph Olivier, a French settler, built the first whaling station on the island of Bequia.